Well, good morning. Here it is. It's Monday morning already, right? Anyway, today, of course, is January the 27th. And I really hope you had a great weekend. I hope that you were, as always, I hope you were able to maybe spend some time with family or friends. And, whatever the case may be, hope that you just were able to enjoy the weekend, maybe catching up around home or whatever, again, whatever the case may be. But anyway, hope you had a good day yesterday. It's on Sunday, worshiping at the place of your choice. Hope that you had a wonderful time. I know we did. And anyway, now God has blessed us with the breath to breathe here on this Monday morning, the beginning of a brand new week, last week of January, and which is hard to believe. But anyway, I hope and pray that this morning finds you feeling well. Hope that you're well rested and ready to tackle the opportunities that God has blessed us with on this Monday. This morning, I want to share a devotional with you entitled Foot Washing. Now, today's devotion is taken from John chapter 13. And in John 13, verses 14 and 15, it says, And since I, your Lord and teacher, have washed your feet, you ought to wash each other's feet. I have given you an example to follow. Do as I have done to you. It was one thing for Mary to wash Jesus' feet in John chapter 12. But when Jesus washes his disciples' feet here in the 13th chapter, he blurs the lines, between servant and master. He makes us rethink, what it means to be great. Washing feet was the job of the lowliest servants back in that day. It was unpleasant, for one thing. I mean, people walked great distances in Jesus' day, and they did it in sandals on dirty roads. These roads were used by animals also. And when they reached their destinations, their feet were not a pretty sight or smelled very good. It was humiliating as well. To wash someone's feet, you had to kneel before that person. You had to assume a posture of a servant. You had to, get on your hand. You had to get your hands dirty. And so it was perfect. It was a perfect way for Jesus to show his disciples, what it means to follow him. One of the disciples' favorite, pastimes was arguing about, which of them would be the greatest in God's kingdom. Matthew, Mark, and Luke all have accounts of that. By performing, such a lowly task, Jesus, he communicated to them, and to everyone who follows him, basically saying, this is what greatness really looks like. If you want to be my disciple, no act of service is beneath you. You can't feed my sheep and feed your ego at the same time. The greatest in my kingdom are quickest to humble themselves. You see, he wants his followers to be recognizable by our sacrificial love. And this is especially important, for people who want to be leaders. The most effective leaders are also the humblest servants. Jesus' humble act of service it's even more amazing, when you consider that one of the men whose feet he washed was about to betray him, and another was about to deny him, even knowing him. You see, Jesus wasn't blindsided by Judas Iscariot's betrayal. I mean, he knew what was in his disciples' heart. Judas' treachery was part of God's plan. And when Jesus, announced that one of them, would betray him, Simon Peter was quick to, show his bold discipleship. He motioned for John to ask Jesus who the traitor was. Now, maybe he figured it was up to him to, stop the betrayal. Now, when Jesus told the group that, he would be with them only a little while longer, you see, they misunderstood. They thought he was going on a journey without them. And again, Peter, he had the boldest reaction in verse 37. He said, but why can't I come now, Lord? He asked, I'm ready to die for you. And he must have been stunned by, Jesus' reply in verse 38 when Jesus said, die for me? I tell you the truth, Peter, before the rooster crows tomorrow morning, you will deny 3 times that you even know me. See, discipleship involves more than just bold words. It involves standing up, when, you really, really want to lay down, or lay low, refusing to abandon your convictions, even when people are ridiculing them, coming alongside people, others reject, knowing what's right and risking humiliation to defend it, being willing to sacrifice, whatever is important, to you for Jesus' sake. I want to leave you with a question this morning. How does Jesus' example challenge your view of leadership? Something to contemplate today, because God, through Jesus' example, we're to leave with a servant's heart. And so anyway, I hope that encourages you here on this Monday morning. Hope you have a wonderful day. And as always, Angie and I, we love you guys, and we're praying for you. And Lord willing, I'll see you tomorrow morning. God bless you.